Hi everyone, I'm Bruce Wards. Thanks so much for the interest in my channel. This is some footage I got of a movie I had made with real footage, adding smoke and effects like astronauts were landing on the surface of the moon. This was when I got my YouTube channel closed down. Never really did go back to finishing that movie, but it was a very interesting movie with a lot of effects showing what it would look like seeing UFOs go down to the surface. And this was before I had ever gotten UFOs. So that was pretty cool. And of course, they took it down. But make a long story short, guys, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. Long weekend for me coming up. So I'm hoping to get some moon surface and not any rain, of course. John Lear, I'm always looking up and skimming through his videos. His amazing videos that he does. Check it out, guys. He talks about a lot of proof and how it is basically impossible that the astronauts, that Armstrong ever stepped foot on the surface of the moon. Got to look up some of the videos this guy is pulling out. There was pretty good and conclusive evidence, of course. He's not talking bullshit. He's pinpointing all the people and all the mistakes clear as day right there in everyone. Guys, it's starting to get sunny around here, so I'm really happy that the weather's changing finally, and that's just the way it goes, you know. People keep telling me, Bruce, they're covering you up, they're deliberately chemtrailing you. Now, you know what? Now I'm scared. Because you just never know. Look at the object here on the right. See in the top pipe that goes all the way down into the darkness and comes up 90-degree angles, curved. Look at the color of it, the green color of it. I'm seeing pipes of that particular color. Now, you can't help but wonder, is this some kind of insulation? The structuring, the connections, the greenery, the blues, the purples, many colors, many different colors. Here's a nice area here. All bits and pieces that I'm working on. Looks like a swastika right in the bottom right there. Similar to it, the design, the way the legs come out with a circular center. Look at all the pathways here, how it longs. Structures, that's basically what we're looking at. No matter what they are, whether they're buildings or not, they're structures. Bianchini Crater, look at the outline of it. It's symmetrically square and rectangular. 41-kilometer bridge, it's real, it's there. And there are two types of colors on the surface. Objects with two types of colors. That greenish, turquoise-ish, glass-colored, you'll see it here in a moment, right there. This is not added color. It's the color that's appearing. This is why it looks white. This is why all the telescopes are getting a white surface. Unless you enhance it and try to clarify it and try to bring down the brightness in it, trust me, you need no color whatsoever. The purple and green objects are real. Look here on the surface and look at all the bumps. The moon has the chicken pox, is what I had said when I had posted the entire video of this. This is beautiful. We're looking at structuring right here. Look at that. And it's never seen, right? We don't see this with NASA. They don't show us all the topography with all the bumps and beautiful surface. How can there be just dust? Come on. You know, it's absolutely impossible. And these are all around the craters. The proof is right there. This is the real thing. This is what the surface looks like, well, in this area. And most of the areas all have these connected regions. Whether they are bridges or paths. If they're bridges, they're pretty wide bridges. There'd be bridges probably a mile wide, half a mile wide. That would be pretty wide for a bridge. But again, I think they do things big on the moon, right? But it always comes down to that. What is the size of what we're looking at? For me, it's not that important. When I found these structures, that's what was most important for me. The connections. You have this symmetrical path right here, which people say that these are pixels. What are you talking about? There's not one same object, the same size or the same shape and or level that are all connected on a colorful surface, and it spans for, look at this one coming out of here. It spans for thousands of miles that you could see here across the surface. Look at the high regions at the back and top there. Give it a pause here. It is structure by structure to structure to structure to structure to structure, back to back, very symmetrical, and you can see them. And the hazes that you see are, of course, clouds or smoke. I think more of an industrial smoke, but beside Bianchini crater, I found structuring. So that what I thought was a cloud or smoke was actually structure. So look here, you can see again some purples, which is leading me to believe, guys, the structures are purple. Understand the objects? Green and purple are the only colored objects I've seen so far. White and black, of course, and gray. But as for the colors, aside from the tints and shades, we have blue structures, blue-greenish structures, and we have the green structures. Aside from that, purples that we see here, structures, Bianchini, green and purple again, turquoise in particularly. There's two types of greens. There's a blue, a particular purple on the surface. So you're looking at massive objects on the surface, and people are expecting mailboxes and parking lots and stuff. Well, it mustn't work like that on the surface of the moon. But then again, we're maybe not close enough. If we were closer to the surface of the moon, we probably would see some mailboxes. I mean, who knows? This is the crater in southern highlands, right near Clavius crater. A couple of 100 miles, I could say. No more than that. You could see a colorful surface when you zoom in. But from here, from far out, you don't see it. thanks to all contributors and two recent ones, Mr. Robert Ballard and most recent, Mr. Russ Brock. Bro, welcome to the community and thanks for the generous donations, guys.